always want to be part of. I was also running my own carpentry business. And I was caretaking homes on the lake where I live. And on the weekends, I'd go to a place called Campeca Lake, and I'd paint cabins outside until dark. Then I'd go inside and paint knotty pine as long as I possibly could. And then I joined Avid Energy. I was working about 100 hours a week, and I joined Avid Energy. You know what, folks, the truth is, I've always been a hard worker. I've always worked 2, 3, sometimes even 4 jobs. But I was just never able to get over that hump of living week to week. I was trading my time for money for over 30 years, and it wasn't working. And I'm here to tell you, the rules have changed. It's probably like your parents, my parents brought me, my 2 brothers, my sister up to be hard workers. And they always told us, Rich, if you just go out there and you work really, really hard, you put your head down, everything's gonna be okay. Well, you know what, folks? That wasn't the case. In fact, the more jobs I took on, the more hours that I worked, it didn't seem to make a difference. This economy is hurting everybody. On top of that, I have 4 kids. My son Jesse, right out of high school, right into college. My twins are 16, right behind him. And I have a 15-year-old. And they're all going to college, whether they want to or not. But I had no idea how I was ever going to be able to afford to do that. And on top of that, to all the jobs that I did work growing up, I was in construction. And anybody that's in construction knows that you have to go where the work is. And when you bounce around from company to company to find the work, you end up with no retirement. And folks, I had no retirement. And I remember, I distinctively remember sitting in my living room just about 5.5 years ago thinking to myself, you know what, Rich? You're never going to retire. You're going to have to work for the rest of your life. And folks, if you can relate, 45 years at the time, 45 years old at the time, with no light in the tunnel, I've worked hard all my life. That is frustrating. Can you relate to that? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I think I want to take you a little deeper into my journey. I want to take you back to Christmas of 08. Now, I joined this business in January of 09, but in Christmas of 08, it was a nice Christmas. We got the kids to pay their shoes and their backpacks and their clothes. We didn't get them the things that they wanted for Christmas. We got them the things that they needed for school. And that's okay. And I'm not complaining. I mean, there are a lot of people that were worse off than we were. But that's just where we were in our life. Christmas came and went, and it was a nice Christmas. And then New Year's comes and goes, right? And then everybody goes back to work, and everybody goes back to school. My daughter Savannah went back to school the first day, and she came home, and she was so excited. Because there was a new music teacher named Mr. D. And she was so fired up, she came home and said, Mom, Mr. D asked me to be in the band, and I'm going to play the clarinet. And she was so excited. And so were we. Till the next morning, when she came in our room, and she said, Mr. D said I need $2 for a new reed for the clarinet. And we didn't have it. What if I told you 5.5 years ago, my wife and I went through every dresser drawer, every car we had, under the couches, to our jeans, to our dresser drawers, to scrape up just about $7 so my wife Sharon could go to work that day. Folks, how do you think I felt that day? How do you think I felt? I can tell you how I felt. Embarrassed. I didn't feel like much of a dad. It was hard times. But now I want to take you a little bit ahead. Take you into the future. What if I told you tomorrow, Saturday, August 30th, I'm going to be up on stage putting on a yellow jacket. I'm not up here bragging. I want to share that with you. I want to touch somebody's life because what we do makes a difference. People ask me all the time, Rich, how'd you do it? It's a pretty simple answer. Folks, I had to. I had a why. No one had to tell me to get a why. I had a why. That's what drove me. What's your why? Do you have a why? Is it a strong why? Is it bigger than you? Because I can tell you something, Ambit Energy is a very simple company. It's simple in the fact that we do two simple things, right? We gather a handful of customers, and we show other people how to do the same thing. But it's not always easy, is it? No. And I can guarantee you, I got so frustrated that I want to quit sometimes. But every time I thought about quitting, two things. My wife told me, keep going, you're doing a great job. My rock. But every time that I got down and I thought about quitting, all I had to do was think about that day in the bedroom when I didn't have $2 for my daughter. And that got me back to work. Folks, you need to create yourself a strong why to be successful in this business. If you don't have a why that's bigger than you, find one. One way I could maybe help you do that is how many of you by a show of hands have dreams? Right? Right? Well, I was in Ambition in 2010, John Maxwell, guest speaker. Great speaker, by the way. I really enjoyed John. But he said something very profound that day, but I'll be honest with you, at that time I didn't even know what he was talking about. But what he said was that you have to own your dreams. And I really wasn't sure what he meant. Own your dreams, everybody owns their own dreams, right? Well, I still didn't catch on until I went home, and I said, you know what, I gotta figure this out. So I started writing down my dreams. The first dream that I wrote down is I wanted to own a horse farm with a lot of horses. You know what? I'm scared to death of horses. I soon figured out that that was my mom's dream. And then my second dream, honestly, was I wanted to have a boat so I could fish on Long Island Sound, which is my dad's true passion. That's what he wants to do. But folks, I had never been successful, and I wondered if I wasn't living my dreams, I was living somebody else's. Own your dreams. Figure out what you want out of life and go get it. This vehicle is here for you to go out and change your lives, and you go out and change a lot of people's lives. I am not the only person out there that was in that situation, am I? No, you need to go find them. You gotta go find those people. You gotta help them change their lives and make a difference. The choices that you make and the decisions that you make a difference. How many heard the CD by Chris Chambliss talked about what we do matters? Joshua Chamberlain, remember that story? If you haven't heard it, you need to go and get it and listen to it. It's very interesting. But I'm going to share one that's a little more closer to home. Brand new marketing consultant. He's a senior consultant at the time. But he's a brand new marketing consultant, Chris Aiken from Weavertown, New York, was sitting at a set of lights in Weavertown, the only set of lights in my whole town. And it was snowing, it was Saturday morning, about 7:30. And he was thinking to himself, should I go straight? Or should I take a left and go up to see where Schloss? Now at that time, that probably didn't seem too significant, did it? Well, he took a left-hand turn, and he set in motion something that was fascinating, compound with that. He set in motion a marketing consultant who signed up Gina Winanderi, Anita Sharabelli, who were top 50 income earners, who signed up Dan Gregg, who signed up Sharon Kent, who was a top 50 income earner, who found Kevin Conarney, who signed up Mary McSweeney, who signed up Mike and Ellie Torrance-Orr. Let me ask you something. Do you think that day, Chris Aiken's little move to take a left and go straight home was significant? You better believe it was. So remember this. The next time you're stuck in a set of lights and you're wondering what to do, what you do is going to matter. It's going to matter one way or the other. Go change a life. Go change your life. Create a strong why. Make yourself a whiteboard and start setting goals so you start crossing those things off your whiteboard and become successful Ambit Energy consultants and help other people change their lives. Folks, thank you very much.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I get to bring up this lady, and you know, I've known her for 5 minutes, and it's truly true that Ambit Energy attracts amazing people. Just after 5 minutes speaking with her, I got to know this lady. She's from Chicago, Illinois. She has a 1-year-old that's at home right now. She has another one on the way. How about that? Come on. Right? Her husband's a full-time firefighter in Chicago, Illinois. She made herself come down here to Dallas, Texas, because she understands being at these events so important. So please help me welcome, get on your feet and help me welcome Sarah Marcos, Senior Consultant.